Despite numerous videos on Argentina, a crucial aspect is often overlooked. Considering the current state of the country, it may seem like a mythical, almost Martian science fiction narrative. However, there was indeed a period when Argentina stood as a remarkably affluent nation, counted among the world's wealthiest, if not the wealthiest. The pertinent question arises, was Argentina genuinely as prosperous as historical records suggest? And if so, why does it differ so drastically from the Argentina we see today? Another crucial inquiry, especially given the contemporary aversion of Argentine politicians to international trade and foreign capital, is the role these factors played during that supposed golden era. Let's delve into these questions to unravel the historical narrative. In the late 18th century, the Spanish crown opted to establish the viceroyalty of the Rio de la Plata, designating Buenos Aires as its capital. Initially, this remote and sparsely populated region held little significance for the Spanish Empire. However, due to English interference, smuggling activities, and Portuguese expansion from Brazil, the crown redirected its attention to the area, prompting a decision to bolster its presence. Despite the empire's decline, economic challenges, the occupation of Spain by Napoleon's forces, and the influence of Enlightenment ideals, independence movements emerged across the American territories between 1810 and 1825, excluding Cuba and Puerto Rico. Among these territories was Argentina, which, on May 25, 1810, ousted the viceroys Indieros and declared a local government, citing the formal pretext that with the King of Spain imprisoned, power should return to the people. 6 years later, on July 9, 1816, Argentina proclaimed its definitive independence. Although the aftermath brought little peace, a series of conflicts and local wars ensued, revolving around questions of governance and power. The struggle primarily involved two major factions, the Unitarios and the Federals. The conflict was heavily influenced by Buenos Aires' dominance over other provinces, given its port and customs, major sources of wealth. Buenos Aires believed it deserved more rights, while interior provinces argued for equal sharing of resources without granting extraordinary privileges. This discord persisted for nearly 50 years, finally finding resolution in the mid-19th century with the approval of the 1853 Constitution and the federalization of Buenos Aires in 1880. Remarkably, after the Declaration of Independence, the approval of the Constitution marked a pivotal moment, akin to a second founding for Argentina. From that point onward, the country embarked on a transformative journey as institutions were established, setting Argentina on the path to becoming a prominent player on the global stage. Now, let's explore the pivotal question. How did Argentina undergo such transformative changes that propelled its economy to become one of the world's wealthiest? Can we pinpoint concrete examples of this prosperity? Undoubtedly, for significant shifts marked a turning point in Argentina's trajectory. Stay tuned as we delve into the specifics of how this nation underwent a remarkable metamorphosis. This serves as a compelling illustration of what can be accomplished in just a few years. Guided by Alberte's principles, the 1853 Constitution not only swung open the doors to immigration but actively promoted it, envisioning the colonization of a vast, nearly uninhabited territory. Between the late 19th and early 20th centuries, millions of Europeans flocked to Argentina in pursuit of a brighter future. To put it into perspective, Argentina ranked as the second most favored destination for Europeans, surpassed only by the United States. From the onset of the 20th century, immigration in Argentina witnessed a continuous surge, welcoming individuals from various backgrounds, including Spaniards, Italians, Germans, Greeks, and numerous other nationalities. By 1905, the population had already surpassed 5.8 million inhabitants, and within a mere 6 years, it burgeoned by an additional million. Now, the critical inquiry arises. How did Argentina undergo such a transformative shift that catapulted its economy to one of the world's richest and most prosperous? Can we identify concrete examples of this prosperity? In fact, we can pinpoint 4 major changes that acted as a turning point. Stay tuned as we delve into the specifics of Argentina's metamorphosis, an exemplary illustration of what can be achieved in just a few years. Between the late 19th and early 20th centuries, millions of Europeans arrived, seeking a better life. Notably, Argentina ranked as the second favorite destination for Europeans, trailing only the United States. But what exactly did Argentina have to offer? Beyond abundant employment opportunities, there were substantially higher salaries. Spanish immigrants, for instance, earned 3 times more in Argentina than in Spain, thanks to the burgeoning prosperity. Italians, too, experienced double the salaries. Admittedly, not everything was idyllic, with strenuous labor and social protests becoming commonplace. Yet, given the compelling circumstances, it's not surprising that immigrants, upon arrival, swiftly convinced their relatives and friends to embark on the Argentine dream. Consequently, the country's population not only skyrocketed but also grew at a pace surpassing that of nations like Australia or Canada. Intrigued? Let's delve further. Another monumental transformation, simultaneously serving as a catalyst for economic growth, was the establishment of a modern railroad network. In a country as vast as Argentina, characterized by scarce navigable rivers, the railroad emerged as a crucial infrastructure element, facilitating the swift and cost-effective transportation of goods. Fortunately, the country's leaders recognized the significance of this development. Consequently, an extensive network of thousands of miles of railroad lines was rapidly initiated. Between 1865 and 1910, the railway system expanded from less than 500 kilometers, 310 miles, to an impressive 30,000 kilometers, over 18,000 miles. These tracks connected Bolivia to Puerto de Ciro in the Andes, uniting the Atlantic, the humid Pampas, and the port of Buenos Aires, the gateway through which nearly 80% of international trade flowed. In 1910, Argentina secured the 10th position globally in terms of railroad progress, a testament to the foresight and dedication of its leaders. But just how prosperous was Argentina during this period? According to Angus Madison's estimates, by 1910, only 7 countries worldwide were more affluent, namely Belgium, Great Britain, and the 4 historic British colonies, USA, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. Argentina even briefly held the title of the world's richest country between 1895 and 1896. In 1909, Argentina's per capita GDP stood 50% higher than Italy's, a staggering 180% higher than Japan's, and nearly 5 times that of neighboring Brazil. For more context, in 1910, Argentina claimed the top spot globally as the leading exporter of wheat, corn, beef, mutton, and lamb. Between 1900 and 1913, Argentine exports constituted 2.1% of the total global exports, rising to 2.6% in 1909. To put it into perspective, during this same period, Australia only held a share of 1.5%. The difference was truly remarkable. Argentina soared high, with its countryside establishing the nation as an agricultural powerhouse. Simultaneously, urban centers experienced unprecedented expansion, while services and industries continued to flourish. Yet, before we conclude, there's one more remarkable change that unfolded in the country, a change that positioned Argentina as a leader in a field that you might never have imagined. Stay tuned for this surprising revelation. Regrettably, this era of prosperity proved to be short-lived. The journey spanned approximately a century, commencing with the quest for independence from Spain. During this period, the territory grappled with significant poverty, requiring 5 decades to establish constitutions and set things in motion. Another 50 years transpired before reaching their zenith. The question that lingers is whether Argentina will once again reclaim its former glory. What, in your opinion, needs to occur for prosperity to rekindle in the country? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video intriguing, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you stay updated on our content. Thank you for tuning in. Wishing you all the best, and until next time.